Hi, friends. Welcome back to Live at the Roxy. Brett Hankison, Miles Cosgrove, Jonathan Mattingly. Arrest the cops who killed Breonna Taylor. Day 6 of saying that on this show. Again, we'll see how many fucking days we have to say it. It's already been months and months of us tweeting and socialing about it. So here we go. What a great way to start the show. Nothing better or more important that we could be doing. But there's also a lot of other stuff that I want to talk to you guys about today. Some fun things. I know we've been getting a lot of fuck no news, so we got a little fuck yeah news today. We also have some fuck no news. Let's be honest. We've got fuck yeah news. We got fuck no news. But in the world of fuck yeah news, the Emmy nominations are coming out tomorrow. So you guys know I love TV. If you're here, you probably love TV or love some TV. So we'll be talking about who we hope to see nominated tomorrow. There's some really great selections that we can pick from. So that's kind of cool. Also in fuck yeah news, Sophie Turner and Joe Jonas had a baby. Is that really something we talk about on the show usually? No, but there's an interesting thing about it, which is Taylor Swift and where she comes in. So I kind of want to break down that situation because fascinating. Tenet is going to be released internationally. So to all of you guys who live overseas or a lot of different countries, congratulations. You'll be able to see this because you played by the rules and listened to scientists and didn't make COVID 5 million times worse because your leader is a moron. So now we're reaping what we sow here in the United States, and we will not be able to see Tenet because our cases are not only not dropping, but they're rising and seem to be getting worse and worse and worse and worse. And then there was a wild situation that I had heard nothing about that Steph Sabra was filling me in on because it was trending on Twitter today. I guess this happened multiple days ago, and I'll break it all down for you guys in case you didn't hear about it. But there is a model named Draya who said some really horrific things about the Meg Thee Stallion situation and being shot in the foot. If you don't know what I'm talking about, I will fill you in. But now her deal with Fenty, Rihanna's company, is in question. And all of that will make sense in a little bit when we fully break it down. So all that and more here today live at the Roxy. But I want to start with some super chats and Streamlabs because most importantly is you guys at home. And it is Monday. It's a new week. It's a new week in fucking quarantine. So I got to see how you guys are doing and what's going on with you. Starting with Chris Hunt here in the super chat. He just says, hey, Roxy. Hey, Chris. Sometimes it's nice to have somebody to say hey to because a lot of hours alone. Lot of hours solo. Who's with me? Anybody here quarantined by themselves? Send bunnies if you are. If you live by yourself and you're quarantined solo, send bunnies. Curious to see who is with me here. Going into the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Let's see what's going on today on this July 27th. Wow, wild. The 27th of July. We're in full-blown Leo season. Tomorrow, by the way, is Papo's 95th birthday. We'll be talking about that in a little bit too. Okay, so Jimmy Mac 9588 said this yesterday after the show. By the way, if you want to put in Streamlabs, you don't have to wait until the show. I read them no matter when you put them in. So thank you, Jimmy Mac, for doing this. He says, happy Monday, Roxy, and Steph, if you're there. Steph, you here? You here? No, she had to go return some of our World Girls equipment, our rental sound equipment. So she had to leave me and she'll be gone for a few days. Sounded like a baby just now, but I miss her. Saw you were listening to Folklore on the bike yesterday. And as a massive Swiftie, I'm curious as to what you thought of it, sending vibes from the land down under. Do you come from the land down under? Keep killing it, Rox. Thanks, Jimmy Mac. Listen, this is how I feel. I tweeted about this. I don't like to be a bandwagon fan of anybody or anything, but I haven't always been the biggest supporter of Taylor Swift in the past. Number one, I think a lot of her music was catchy, but it was a little too pop cutesy for me sometimes. And I didn't always rock with it. She, of course, had banger after banger, and I respected her as an artist, but it wasn't always for me. And then on top of that, she was never vocal about her views. And I feel like if you have a platform that large, I respect you a lot more if you use it for good. And recently, she has been using her platform for good. And she has such influence over so many young people and voices that I do really respect that she has now come out and been very vocal politically and otherwise. So I am here for Taylor Swift, but never have I felt so much love for a Taylor Swift album as I do for Folklore. It's phenomenal. I mean, from the one, like the first track on it, that song moves my whole soul. And also I can like super duper relate to it and just obsessed with it. But all the way through, and I love Bon Iver and his track. I just love Folklore. And I think if you don't like it, then you're not listening because it's so good and needed that during quarantine. So maybe I now consider myself a Swiftie. I don't know, but that album was legit. It was really legit. So happy to answer that question because T Swift fans don't come for me. I'm now on board. Welcome me with open arms, please, and thank you. Glenn Caesar in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, hello, Roxy. Love you. Thanks for hanging out with us today. Wishing you and the Rockstars band a super happy, sunshine-filled rest of your Monday. Bunnies to you all. In some fuck yeah news of my own, the CP related spastically in my legs reduced again this morning. That's great. So the cerebral palsy related spasticity in your legs reduced again this morning. That's fucking awesome, Glenn. Probably because you're taking really good care of yourself and meditating and surrounding yourself with positivity and love. So, Glenn, we're so happy to hear that. And yay. Hitman Hudson in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Strider says, Anthony Starr deserves an Emmy for The Boys, Steph for Mayor. Cool pick. Like that a lot. I love The Boys. I thought it was one of the best shows of last year. And I agree, Steph for Mayor. So there we are. By the way, looking in the chat to see all the bunnies. Thank you. And shout out to everybody who is solo. Hitman Hudson, Greek Batista, Murtaranta. I always mess up your name. Sorry. Gregory Castillo, Garrett Lee, John G, Channels, Rob K. Yo, this bunny life, this solo bunny life is tough. You guys rock. Here for you. Thanks for being here for me. Matthew Nemeth says, hey, Roxy, hope Unbelievable wins all the Emmys. All of them? That would be a little aggressive. Don't think you can win all of the Emmys. Can't win all of the Emmys. All right. Speaking of the Emmys, let's break it down. Emmy nominations are coming out tomorrow. And I have a feeling this year they're going to fuck up less than other years because A, there's less things to choose from. B, because I feel like this will be the wokest the Emmys and Oscars will ever be. At least they're paying a little bit of attention now, as opposed to in the past where they haven't paid as much attention. There was an awesome article for Daily Beast that kind of broke down who they think should be nominated and also who they believe will be nominated. So who they want versus who actually will. Going over some of these, they think for best drama, it's going to be Better Call Saul, The Crown, The Handmaid's Tale, The Morning Show, Ozark, Pose, Succession, and This Is Us. That's who they think it's going to be. But who they think it should be is Better Call Saul, The Crown, David Makes Man, The Good Fight, Killing Eve, Pose, Stranger Things, Succession. So for me, the difference is there. I think This Is Us definitely should be nominated. So hopefully it will be. I think that I agree Pose. I agree Succession. I think that Ozark should be. It was incredible this season. Handmaid's Tale for sure. I mean, it was unbelievable. So I more agree with who will be than who they think should be. I didn't see David Makes Man. But I also think Stranger Things will not be where we think it will be. I mean, it will not get nominated, even though I think it does deserve that kind of love. Best comedies, they think it will be Better Things, Curb Your Enthusiasm, Dead to Me, The Good Place, The Kominsky Method, The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Rami, and Schitt's Creek. I love those ones. I have never seen Better Things, and I have not seen Rami, although I hear I really need to. But I think that would be great. But here's who they think it should be: Better Things, The Good Place, The Great, Insecure, One Day at a Time, Rami, Schitt's Creek, What We Do in the Shadows. I still just like, why does Grace and Frankie never get any love? And what do you guys think also? Let me know who you guys are thinking. But I feel like Grace and Frankie gets looked over every freaking year, and it's such a good show, and it's so funny, and it's so well done. I don't know why it doesn't get the love that it deserves at all. Um, and then also, Working Moms to me is like the funniest show out there. And so you guys know I just binged that. Working Moms is so good. Doesn't get the love. It's going to have the Schitt's Creek model, though, I think. Best limited series, they're saying it will be Hollywood, Little Fires Everywhere, Miss America, Unbelievable, and Watchmen. To me, if Watchmen doesn't win this, people were not watching. It's so good, and this is Watchmen's to lose, I think. So definitely, if that doesn't get nominated, woof. Best actress in a drama, they're saying it will be Jennifer Aniston in The Morning Show, Olivia Colman, The Crown, Jodie Comer from Killing Eve, Nicole Kidman from Big Little Lies, Laura Linney from Ozark, Elizabeth Moss from The Handmaid's Tale. I think those are great picks, but they think that also added to that list should be Christine Baranski from The Good Fight and Kristen Dunst on Becoming a God in Central Florida. I completely agree on Becoming a God in Central Florida. For sure. That performance is incredible. I would love to see her nominated for it, but not that many people were watching it, so I don't know that it will be. I also think that on this one, I would be really happy to see Laura Linney take this one or Nicole Kidman. I mean, this was like the performance of a lifetime with Big Little Lies. Elizabeth Moss, too. She deserves to win every year. An actor in a drama series, they're saying it will be Jason Bateman from Ozark, Sterling K. Brown, This Is Us, Brian Cox, Succession, Bob Odenkirk, Better Call Saul, Billy Porter, Pose, Jeremy Strong, Succession. I would be cool with any one of them. I think that's a great list. I'm really into it. I think that probably, I don't know, Sterling K. Brown had quite the season this season. It's a really hard one. It's a really tough one. They also say that Brian Cox should be nominated and Jeremy Strong, which both they think will. It'll be interesting because sometimes when two people from the same show are nominated, they split votes. So that probably doesn't bode well for Succession. I don't know who I would vote for of the two of them. Just so much talent between the two of them. They both really, really bring home the bacon. Whatever the fuck I was just going to say. Best Actress in a Comedy Series. They think Pamela Adlon from Better Things, Christina Applegate, Dead to Me, Rachel Brosnahan, Marvelous Mrs. Maisel, Linda Cardellini for Dead to Me. So two Dead to Me's there. Catherine O'Hara from Schitt's Creek and Merritt Weaver from Run, which I don't even know what Run is. But they also think that Issa Rae should be nominated, but they think she won't. I kind of have a feeling she will this year, but I'm not sure. They also think Elle Fanning for The Great should be nominated. I didn't see The Great, but I think Elle Fanning is ridiculously talented. If I had to give this to somebody, I don't know that this is Rachel Brosnahan's year to win. I feel like, I don't know, Catherine O'Hara probably should get this one for Schitt's Creek. That's my personal guess or pick, but I would love to hear from you guys as well. And for actor in a comedy series, they think that Steve Carell is going to be nominated for Space Force, which I only watched one episode of, but I had a really hard time getting through that. Did any of you guys like that show? Ted Danson for The Good Place. Duh. He's amazing. Larry David for Curb Your Enthusiasm. This was one of the greatest seasons, I thought. Michael Douglas, The Kominsky Method. He's incredible. Eugene Levy, Schitt's Creek. I almost want to see him win, especially because the show got snubbed for so many seasons, and now it's finally getting recognized. And then Rami Youssef for Rami. Those are all, other than the Steve Carell one, which I'm like, I think those are all really strong nominations. There's a lot more going on here. But you guys let me know. What do you think? Talk to me. Who do you want to see nominated? There's obviously supporting as well. So who are you thinking is not going to get the nomination that you really want to see? Who will you riot over if they don't get nominated? No actual riots, but fake riot. Just like, oh man, rah, 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 riot. Oh, Rah Rah Riot. Love that band. Maybe that's how they got it. Rah Rah Riot. What's happening with Roxy? She's losing her mind. All right, guys. So that's how I'm feeling about the Emmys. Keep me posted how you guys are feeling based on the nominations that people are thinking. And then tomorrow, of course, we'll go over the actual nominations. If there's any major snubs, we'll talk about that as well. Going back in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Mark Jason Ali says, hey, Roxy, how are you today? Just showing support. Happy birthday to Papo tomorrow, 95. That's Ace. Breck Bessinger should get an Emmy for Stargirl. Oh, I don't watch. She's Ace, but I don't know if it's eligible. Are you caught up on the show? Bunnies always take care. I haven't seen a single episode, which is so crazy. And I definitely should, but I haven't. Sorry. Yes, to Papo for tomorrow for his 95th birthday. I'm really I will tell you guys tomorrow I am filming something all day. I can't tell you what, but you will be able to see it soon and I'll be able to talk about it afterward. But I'm filming something really cool. I'm filming it from my home though, so completely safe. And that means that I cannot be live at 1 p.m. I'm still trying to figure out Papo's birthday. I'm trying to go over there for dinner. So hopefully there's time between those two things to shoot. If so, I would like to go up live at the Roxy at 3:30 tomorrow. I will keep you guys posted. But if that doesn't work, I might have to do some kind of late night stream tomorrow night because you guys know I'm not trying to miss a day of this show. I know that we like to be there for each other, but I got to be there for Papo too, and I got to make that money and do that stream. So I'll be keeping you guys posted tomorrow on my Patreon and social media. But yeah, I'm trying to go over there tomorrow because it's been really challenging with Papo. You know, like he's in and he's out, and no shit, he's 95, but with his severe dementia, you just don't know what you're going to get. So I kind of have to be a little malleable and flexible, but I still want to celebrate him because 95 is incredible. It's an incredible accomplishment. And it sucks to not be able to go anywhere when you're 95 for your 95th birthday. Like I think everybody pictures at that point, you have a party, your family comes over, your friends, whatever. And I want him to feel special tomorrow. My brother and I did get him a present. Probably will throw my sister's name on there too. It's supposed to come today, but it hasn't come yet. Fingers crossed. Hopefully. And yeah, I really want him to feel loved tomorrow. If we can't do anything else, at least hopefully we can do that. So thank you for saying something, Mark Jason Ali. Really appreciate it. Weston Ira in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer says, do we want the Stexy? We can't handle the Stexy. From yesterday, Spencer Grammer is Kelsey Grammer's daughter. Oh, John Saxon was in Enter the Dragon with AfterBuzz TV on hiatus. Is it easier now to get Marie and Kevin on the show? They're still like slammed. So I don't think so right now, but hopefully in the future, I'll keep you guys posted for sure. Sir Joker 40 says, hello, Miss Stryer. I like the blue top on you. It pops. Thank you. If you were in a Friends type show, who would be the other 2 ladies and 3 guys on your show? Do you mean like what archetypes, or do you mean what actors, or which of my friends? Let me know, Sir Joker, because that's a fun question that I would like to answer, but I don't know exactly what you mean. So I can just try to guess. Actually, I'll just wait for you to let me know. Just let me know what you're talking about so that I can give you what you want. Tell me what you want, what you really, really want. I'll tell you what I want, what I really, really want. I wanna aim that band. The amount of singing that I do on the show now, it's definitely gone up. And I don't know how you guys feel about that, but can't help myself. Let's talk about this very, very strange news. Strange, not the right word, but that's the word I use when I don't know what the right word is. With Draya. Have you guys been following this story at all? Just curious because I didn't know jack shit about it. And Drea Michelle is a model, and she is with Savage Fenty. And she made some really, really horrible remarks about what had happened with Meg the Stallion. If you guys don't know what happened with Meg the Stallion, we talked about it on this show, but remember, as she was leaving the car with her man. He shot her in the foot multiple times. Tory Lanez allegedly shot her in the foot as she was trying to leave. Draya came out and said something crazy. She said that the two probably had a, quote, Bobby and Whitney type of romance. And she said, I predict that they had some sort of Bobby and Whitney love that drove them down this type of road. I'm here for it. I like that. I want you to like me so much you shoot me in the foot too. Oh, God. Listen, I'm not here to drag anybody. And believe me, when I've been on shows, I've said stupid shit too. But this is so fucking stupid and fucked up. To believe that what like love is, or what you should aspire to be in a relationship with, especially as there's all different kinds of horrible there's already so much horrible messaging about, as a woman of color, what kind of relationship that you should be in. And just women in general, there's so much talk about toxicity in relationships and what love looks like, and tumultuous love, and in TV and movies, the things we look for. I mean, it just really fucks with your head about what you should really want when somebody loves you. And just as a side note here, obsession is not love. Somebody who leaves you, that's not love. Somebody who bullies you or torments you or tells you you're not good enough, somebody who fights with you all the time and doesn't support you, I mean, none of those things are love. And if somebody shoots you in the foot multiple times, that's not love. So this model needs to know that she's in the public eye, and she's one woman of color speaking about another woman of color's experience, saying that they have a Bobby and Whitney type of romance, and that she wants to be shot in the foot. That's what she's saying. I want you to like me so much you shoot me in the foot too. Basically saying, like, if I ever try to leave you, in order to get me stay, because you love me, you shoot me. There's something really wrong with that. And again, that's why I'm not trying to drag her, because clearly something's messed up. You know, something is not functioning right, or her vision of relationships is not healthy, because that is so fucked up. So Meg the Stallion tweeted and said, dumb bitch, that shit ain't fucking funny. Who the fuck jokes about getting shot by a N-word? And I mean, I don't blame Meg the Stallion for defending herself, and also, like, it isn't funny. And I don't even think that Draya said it to be funny. So then Draya responds and says, I truly don't glorify domestic violence. I was trying to say, just love me deeply. But while trying to be funny, so she says she was trying to be funny, I offended many, including Meg, and I'm sorry. Then she went to Instagram and said, I just want to take a minute to address victims of domestic violence and abuse of any kind, and just overall humans. I was wrong to insinuate that there is room for violence in loving relationships, or in any relationship for that matter. I was wrong to try to find humor or make light of the situation, and understand that my joking nature was damaging and hurtful. It was poor judgment, and I deeply regret it. This is a sincere apology from me to everyone. It's really not your call to say what's sincere and what's not. So there's that problem with it. But also, now there's the Fenty aspect of this. So the next place that this unfolds is the fact that Fenty, which is Rihanna's brand, she's a model for Savage Fenty. And people are saying that Fenty is going to drop her, or that they have dropped her. There hasn't been an official Fenty statement, but the rumor is that they have dropped her. Because also think about who runs Fenty. That's Rihanna's company. Think about Rihanna's history with Chris Brown and getting the living shit kicked out of her. Is that love, Draya? Is that what you want people to think is love? Getting shot in the foot and getting the shit kicked out of you? If I was Rihanna, I would be very insulted by this, and I understand that people can change and apologize, but this was just in such bad taste. And I appreciate Drea publicly apologizing. I do, but at the same time, I feel like there was truth. She felt truth in what she said. And that's scary and upsetting, and she needs to be her vision of love needs to be helped. Like, I saw this and felt bad for her, because who thinks that to be in love means somebody loves you so much that if you ever tried to leave, they'd shoot you? That's clearly not what love is. And that's part of that is about our society and what we've taught women, and especially women of color, but also just women, to believe means somebody loves you. So fucked up. So part of me feels really bad for her, and the other part of me feels like, how dare you say something like this? Especially after Meg just has been shot multiple times in both of her feet for trying to leave. And is obviously not coming forward about what happened because she's trying to protect somebody, because again, that's what society teaches. It's just really fucked up situation, and I'm shocked that Drea would have done this. Not that I know Drea, but I'm just shocked that any other woman could see this situation like this. So let me know what you guys think. It's believed that she did lose her Fenty endorsement, although again, Fenty has not written a statement about this yet. So there is that. John Eugene, thank you for the support. Appreciate it. You absolutely rock. Looking at what you guys are talking about, that she lost her endorsement. Yeah, I don't believe that Fenty has cleared that officially, but that is what everybody is saying. And honestly, if I was Fenty, I probably would drop her because of this comment. Doesn't mean that she needs to be canceled by society forever, but you can't say things like that. And I hope you don't feel that way, actually. And I think you need a little bit of help. Ryan White in the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer, going back to what we were talking about for the Emmys, said, "Hi, Roxy. Watchmen and Regina King both deserve nominations and the win, in my opinion. Looking forward to the next World Girls episode." Yeah, I agree. Regina King for the win, Watchmen for the win. Really talented. And I'm excited for the next World Girls thing, too. We'll be announcing more very soon. But I can't wait for you guys to see. We just did our massive shoot. By massive, I mean socially distanced, very small amount of people shoot. But there will be more things coming prior to that as well. So August is going to be a big month for the World Girls. You guys are going to be seeing a lot, which makes me really excited, because I got to get back to doing what I love. And I love giving things a whirl with my girls, because we're the World Girls. But see, now that's a joke. I'm not joking about anybody getting freaking shot. That's not a joke. And I get that people try to find humor in situations to make them lighter, but like, woof, 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 woof. Can I say it again? Woof, woof. All right, going back to Taylor Swift, who we were talking about earlier, and if I am a Swiftie or not. Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner had a baby. What does this have to do with Taylor Swift? So I've been doing some internet scouring, and this was kind of interesting. I wanted to get your guys' thoughts on this to spark a little bit of a bigger conversation. But even if you don't care about Hollywood and pregnancies, I am curious about your thoughts on this. Taylor Swift has a song on her new album called Invisible String. And one of the lyrics in it is, "Cold was the steel of my axe to grind. For the boys who broke my heart, now I send their babies presents." So a lot of fans are thinking that this has to do with Taylor Swift and Joe Jonas being ex-boyfriend and girlfriend, and Taylor Swift sending Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner's new baby a present, which is really interesting. I'm curious from you guys how you feel about this. I have my ex of a long time. His name is Dan. I talk about him on the show often. He's a good friend of mine. We're very close. I adore him. He is engaged. I told you guys he got engaged during quarantine, And I for sure believe I will be invited to that wedding. Um, Years and years have passed since we've been together, and I can't wait to go and support his love and get him and his fiance a present and celebrate them. Genuinely in my soul, I feel that way. I know that other people don't feel that way. About their exes, and getting somebody a baby present could be a lot. So, do you guys think, and how do you guys feel about communicating with your exes and where you should be? Do you think that there is room to be close enough that you send a gift for their future child? Do you think that you would never do that? Think about your own personal exes. Are you sending any baby presents anytime soon? Kind of wild to believe that time does heal all wounds, but I believe if you ever loved somebody that you don't really ever stop. At least it changes or morphs into a different kind of love. But really, if you did love them, which you might find afterwards that you didn't love them, but if you really did love somebody, I think you always love them. I've always thought that though, you know. And take Dan, for example. I'll always have love for him. He was such an amazing, amazing person in my life and was with me when my mom passed away, like was dating me then and helped me through so many incredible times. But that's because he treated me really well and respectfully. And I think it's a lot easier to have a positive relationship with somebody who at the end handled things really well. Um, like after we broke up, he always reached out to me for big events, whether it was the passing of my mom's anniversary or her birthday or Mother's Day or my birthday. He just was always there and super respectful about it. Would send me things and just like be really, really sweet about how we interacted. So it was easy to still stay loving him and care about him, but just switch that to a platonic love. I think it's really challenging when somebody doesn't handle the end of a situation well. And we know that Taylor Swift didn't necessarily handle the end of Joe Jonas' relationship well, as she did go on Ellen and kind of bash him a little bit, and years later regretted that she had done so. But she was also young, and we all do stupid things and make mistakes when we're young and we're in love or our hearts hurt. So, cutting a little sympathy here. Just thought this was kind of interesting. I would love to hear what you guys have to say. DK says, I definitely no longer love people I once had real love for. Interesting. I've never been there. I'm not saying it's not possible. Of course, if you feel that way, then it is. But I've never once been there. Let's see. Bear Hudson, by the way, is something else said. I did a presentation on Detroit and need an outside take. Type Detroit moves on YouTube and tell me what you think. Please, honest opinion. Try to remind me in Patreon or somewhere else because I won't remember after the show, but I would like to help you if I can. So thank you, Bear Hudson, for saying that. Also, Bear Hudson, you say that you have my video right now and want to know where to send it to. Jesse Williams is funny as hell. Leave it in the comments here or something, or DM it to me on Patreon, or send it to Jake so he can put it right in here, wherever. That would be cool. If it's a YouTube link, which would be helpful. I'm still waiting. I don't know. I'm starting to lose the faith. All right, going back to Sir Joker, which actors and actresses would you pick, and which archetypes would you want the 5 to be? Do you have 5 friends you would want on the show? I don't know. I mean, like, I think it'd be really fun to do one with like some of the Schmodown people, like a Winston Marshall, who's a very talented actor as well. Brett Sheridan. Like, there's a lot of great actors in that crew that could be great. But also more based off of my high school friends because we're all still best friends, and then cast real actors. I don't really think of like I've written some shows. I don't really think Friends model holds up as well. Like that 6-person in the apartments thing. I think it's a little played out at this point. So I wouldn't really do a Friends style show. Hopefully that helps answer your question, Sir Joker. Thank you so much for it. I really appreciate it. It's awesome. Yeah. I get Joe Jonas and Nick Jonas confused too. So no worries to you guys in the chat who do as well. It's hard to keep the Jonas brothers straight. Who's the other one? Kevin. Oh yeah, Kevin. Going back to the Streamlabs, streamlabs.com/Roxy Stryer. Glenn Caesar in here said, happy 95th birthday, Papo. Yeah, a nighttime/late night episode of Live at the Roxy. Tomorrow sounds very cool. I mean, although unintentional, the April 1st nighttime live stream featuring the debut of Carlos uh, did draw a big audience and was super fun. Totally. Carlos just trying to write that pussy, but he can't. Yeah. Very true. Very, very true. Thank you guys all for being in here all the time, by the way. I see so many of the same names. And shout out to Brittany Parker and Kate Van D and Intelligence Cycle and Glenn Caesar and Joseph Ashley and Andrew Thomas and Legault Land and Pink Sweets and Lewis Cox and Thunder God and Rob K and Simply Emily and Weston Ira and DK. I mean, you guys, I just see your names pop in all the time, all the freaking time. And I'm so grateful that you guys are showing me the support that I really need during this time. It's fucking hard. After this today, I'm supposed to try to go to an audition. Hopefully I can make it. I'm a little nervous because it is in person. But they've assured me that there's not many people in there. So wish me luck on that. And, it'll be social distanced, masks on, 6 feet apart, no more than 4 people in the room. So, trying to book work right now. You guys know it's no surprise or no secret that I've lost the majority of my jobs this year. And I miss them like crazy. I miss Collider Live and I miss Screen Junkies. I was doing more work for Rotten Tomatoes and I miss that too. And I miss all these teams that I was a part of. And it's hard to be a solo act. So just really, really grateful for having you guys here. Just taking a minute to express my gratitude for you guys because I really would be super duper fucked without you. So thank you. Moving to talk a little bit about Tenet, guys, because Tenet being released internationally because the US can't get their fucking shit together. That's like legitimately what tons of headlines said, which I thought was really funny because super duper true. It's going to release internationally in August ahead of its US debut. They're going to try to salvage the summer release and they're going to just do that not in the US. So starting on August 26th, before opening in select cities in the U.S. over Labor Day weekend on September 3rd. We'll see if that actually happens. I know that today, Target and somewhere else already are announcing that they're not going to be open on Thanksgiving to try to beat that rush of Black Friday. And it's like we're already closing things for Thanksgiving. Labor Day weekend. Come on. I mean, that's very soon. So I don't know. I'm not surprised to hear that they're opening overseas because overseas have done a way better job of maintaining and of figuring out a way to survive during this virus that we haven't we know how, we just won't do it. So there's that. They announced this today on Monday that they're going to be launching at the end of August in 70 overseas territories. So this includes wow, it's just so many. It's so many. By the way, my foot's asleep, so I gotta stand for a second. Stomping on it. Oh, it really hurts. It includes Australia, Canada, France, Germany, Italy, Japan, Korea, Russia, and the UK. At this time, it's unclear what parts of the United States will play the film. The studio does not have plans yet to release Tenet in China. So it's not going to have a traditional global day and date release. It's kind of going to be this rollout. And I think a lot of it's going to depend on how they're doing. It's tough to market something like this and have a marketing budget when you don't know exactly when something is going to be taking place. So that's really hard. And I do not envy people that are trying to release movies right now during this time. Personally, as much as I want to see this film, unless they do a closed press screening that is very safe, I will not be going to the movie theater to see Tenet if it comes out here Labor Day weekend, considering that is in a month from now. And we are, especially Los Angeles, is so majorly fucked currently. Things are going really poorly here. It's not the same as me for my livelihood having to go to a 4-person audition. That's everybody's in their masks in the theater. There's going to be so many people for hours with recycled air and eating and taking your mask on and off. They can't really Yes, they can make sure that you have a mask on when you walk in, but how are they going to police you having a mask on the entire time? If you want to take it off, if you cough, if you whatever, like it just feels like so fucking messy. And I feel bad for the people involved with Tenet, but at the same time, you kind of have to chill and not release this in places that people are going to get really sick. Ugh, but everybody has to do what they have to do to survive during this time. But at the same time, like, oh God, the financial aspect. And then there's the, what is your obligation to society? And I feel like their obligation to society here is not going to be fully met if this is opening in the US on Labor Day. And I also feel like probably the decision will be made then to open in places they think people will go to the movies. And that's going to be places that people are less concerned about masks and, you know, like the Arizonas and Floridas of the world, because that's where it will do well right now. But that's fucked up. I don't know that that's how they'll do it, but I'm highly concerned that that is the case. So I guess I'll just keep you guys posted on Tenet, although you don't need me to keep you posted because I'm sure you guys are doing what I do all day, which is looking at Twitter for what the fuck is happening in the news, because every day there's something a little different and every day we're full of fuck yes and fuck no's. I saw today trending was Donald Trump hates women. And I was like, oh, good. What's this about? And nothing even happened. They were just talking about how he hates women. Like, that's the kind of shit that we're seeing now, because it's like people are just so fed up and done with life situations, all of that fucking stuff right now. But I will say for you guys a little bit of Roxy's advice corner, at least. Right now, I'm trying to still every day, in a small way, tick all the same boxes that I was ticking prior to this, and then some additional boxes. Okay, so Roxy's advice corner. Yeah. Jake, maybe we make a little song jingle there, something, a little video, something. Okay, if you're here, Jake, which by the way, I think Jake's been in and out a little bit as he's going through some personal things. So much love to you, Jake. And I did see today, I believe, was the anniversary of the passing of one of your very close friends. So thinking of you if you are not here. I do try to look out for all you guys and see what's going on in your lives. And we love you, Jake. So send bunnies for Jake. But okay, talking about the checking the boxes or kind of whatever works for your head. If you're more of a putting something in a bucket visually or checking a box, for me, I have certain things I like to do every day of my life. Prior to quarantine, this was true. There's my career box, there's my family box, there's my friend box, and then there's my romance box. And some of those boxes you can't check. And then there's a fun box too. That's kind of part of friends, but you figure out what boxes you have in your life, things that you want to be doing every day. Every day of my life, I want to be doing something to better my career. That's 7 days a week. You might not feel that way because career might not be your main passion. Family might be your main passion. Having your own family might be your main passion. The meeting and being with the love of your life might be your main passion. Taking care of your loved ones, like all our priorities shift all the time, even person to person. But you figure out what it is and how many days a week you really want to be taking care of this thing. And then, of course, based on outside circumstances, those things change. But every single day, 7 days a week, I want to do something for my career. So right now, I'm doing Live at the Roxy 7 days a week. So I'm already doing something for my career 7 days a week. But on top of that, I've got mini boxes on my boxes. I want to be a writer. So how many days do I need to be writing? So for me right now, that's about 5 days a week. So I want to check that box about 5 days a week. Be working on my script, be doing a table read, be reading somebody else's script to get better, to update my software, whatever. 5 days a week, I really need to be focused on my writing. That might change. It might get to 7. It might go smaller depending on if I book other roles or whatever. Same thing with my acting right now. I want to be doing that a few days a week. So whether that's putting myself on self-tape or reading a monologue book or taking a master class or filming something that I'm doing or whatever, like there's so many different things you can do. Learning more about studying people on screen and seeing their techniques, reading their audition books or their biographies. I was going to call it biographies. You want to do that. So checking those boxes. Then there's the friends and family and fun box. Right now, I want to do something every single day that makes me happy. I don't always get to do that in life, but during quarantine, that's a must for me. So 7 days a week, I need to do one thing that makes me a little bit happy. So sometimes it's going on a walk. Sometimes it's going to see my grandparents. Sometimes it's painting. Sometimes it's laying out in the sun and getting some color. Sometimes it's, talking to a friend I haven't been able to speak to in a really long time. So figure out what your boxes are and then try to fill them every day or as often as you need them to be filled and watch your life evolve. One of my boxes for sure is fitness. I decided in quarantine, I didn't want to get out of shape. I wanted to get in better shape. And I know that's a fucking annoying goal to have. And I'm sure a lot of people at home are like, oh God, let me put on my freshman 15 right now. And you do you. If it's not going to make you unhappy, then okay. But for me personally, I feel my unhappiness come when I start gaining weight. When I put on 5 pounds, no worries. But I'm small. So when I put on 10 pounds, I feel it when I walk. I see it in my clothes. It doesn't fit me the way I want. Mentally, I don't feel as good or healthy because I'm eating more sugars and things that don't make me function on as high of a level. So something that was really important to me was to not get out of shape during quarantine. And so that's why I do ride the bike 5 days a week or do my ab circuit 3 days a week or do my butt routine, which sounds weird as I say it out loud, a few days a week or go on a long walk or something active because that's important to me. So for you guys, figure out what your buckets are and then figure out how often you need to fill them and try as hard as you can to stick to that schedule and then watch your life during this time. It's going to be hard because we're in the middle of a global pandemic. It's going to be hard because we are in the middle of the biggest race battle of our lives, possibly. It's going to be hard for so many outside reasons, but there are things you can control and you have to take control of your own life. And I hope that you guys do literally on a piece of paper after the show, make your little checklist, make your buckets, make your things, figure out how many days, and really try to work on yourself so that you can feel as good as possible during this time. It all has to do with the adding 1% more happiness to your life during this time as well. So hopefully that helps in our little advice corner today. Slow and steady. If you're not ready to start working on your career 7 days a week, maybe pick 4 days during this time. You don't have to do everything to the extremes and then reassess after a month. See how it's going. Rob K in here says, good luck on your audition. You'll nail it. Thanks, Rob K. Really appreciate that. Gonna try. Again, where are the songs coming from? She doesn't fucking know. She makes them up in her head. And by the way, who is she? I am she. What? All right, we are getting out of here very soon. So please, guys, leave a comment. Talk to me about your buckets or your checklist. What are the things that you're really trying to do? We can hold each other accountable, and you guys can let me know which things are important on your list and how many days a week you're trying to complete them or whatever it is. Interested in your guys' thoughts also on the Draya situation. Do you feel bad for her? Do you think Fenty should drop her? Do you think she really was just trying to make a joke and it went incredibly wrong? Definitely want to know your thoughts there. Also, are you going to see Tenet if you're overseas? If you're in the US, will you see it if it comes out in your city? Do you think that Taylor Swift was singing about Joe Jonas and Sophie Turner when she talks about giving presents to the baby? And who do you think is going to be nominated for an Emmy? And who do you think is going to be snubbed? Please, please, please leave those comments. It really helps with the algorithms. I also read every single one of them and love seeing your guys' thoughts and what you have to say. If you could also thumbs up this video, 125 people watching live right now, 89 thumbs up. So let's get those thumbs up because that really helps majorly too. And like I told you guys, I have lost over 1,000 subscribers during this time. And it's definitely hurting me on the back end. Same thing with Twitter and Instagram. So anything you guys can do, I really appreciate it. And yeah, I'll be back tomorrow. I told you guys I don't know about the time. I think around 3:30, but I'll keep you posted on Patreon and on Twitter. So no matter where you follow me, you will know if and when I'm going live. Oh, look, 96 thumbs up now. Maybe we can get 100 before we end the stream. Looking at what some of you guys are saying right now. Dropped 8 pounds after I started running again. Jenny, I'm so happy that you're running again, especially if it makes you happy. That is great. Where's Larry to remind me to hit the thumbs up? Rob K. Well, I'm Larry today. I'm reminding you today. 102 thumbs up. There we go. Thank you guys so much. Really, really appreciate it. See, ask and you shall receive. All right, guys. Love you lots. Stay safe. Keep fighting. Make your buckets and your lists and see if that helps at all. It might not be the thing for you. It has worked for me. And if it's not that, we'll keep trying and we'll figure something else out because you guys all deserve happiness and love and beautiful lives. And we're going to figure out a way to make that for you. So lots of love. And I'll see you guys tomorrow, 3:30-ish p.m. live with Roxy.